Friday, 4 p.m. I know we've had a long day, but thank you for coming. Today, we're going to talk about security. We're going to talk about what's present and what's in the future. I'm Jason Jiang. I'm representing CertiK. I'm company's Chief Business Officer. So who are we as a CertiK? We are a company founded back in 2017 by two professors. One is currently teaching at University of Yale as the computer science department chair. The other one is Professor Gu, who's our CEO. He's currently teaching in University of Columbia. We are considered the largest security solution provider in this industry. Through the 5 years of our hard work, we have conducted over 3,700 projects and securing the over $360 billion of the assets. Collectively, we identified more than 60,000 vulnerabilities. As far as from a market share point of view, in one aspect, we own about 60% of the market. Currently, we're valued at $2 billion, and we're funded by SoftBank, Goldman Sachs, Hilltop, Sequoia, Tiger, and so on and so forth. So what do we do to build our solutions for the cyber defense? So of course, auditing is our bread and butter. With the auditing, we have created many tools to help us to speed up our process. That includes the semantic checkers, the fuzzers, and also model checkers as well. To enhance our service in the auditing, so we also developed the KYC solutions. Skynet is our on-chain and off-chain monitoring product. Skytrace is our wallet assessment product. And also, we provide the incident analysis to our clients and for the industry as well. We firmly believe we're a Web3 native company, and in order to do that, we wanted to make our work transparent. Because of that, we create a leaderboard which lists over the 3,600 projects we have audited. All the reports are presented in that website, and it's used by over 500,000 of users monthly. Together, to service our business better, we create also a Sky Harbor platform that is used for the 2B interfaces. So let's take a look at what's related to security as of now. Everybody probably see this chart before. This is PwC's assessment on the blockchain. It's estimated that the blockchain business will boost the global GDP by 25 times over the 10 years. And by 2030, the value locked in the blockchain will exceed 1.7 trillion. And so this is a prediction, and let's look at the reality. What's potentially harmful for this industry, it's about the ongoing exploits. If we look at the 2020, which was the start of the bull market, in that year, the whole industry lost about $560 million due to exploits. And in 2021, this number becomes 1.3 billion. Anybody want to take a guess what's in 2022? How much total value lost? It's actually very proportional. So it gets to $3.7 billion. So it's obviously definitely hurting the business quite a bit, not just from the financial point of view, but also from the reputation point of view. And so how do we stop that? Let's take a deeper look at what is in the 3.6 billion of exploits. So this represents about 189% of an increase over 2021, first of all. Second is that the flash loan attack total piled up about more than 100 incidents. This cost somewhere around 355 million. Okay, and then the access scan kind of increases when the bull run kind of ends, and this accounts for 317 incidents there. But the biggest damage are caused by the cross-bridge exploits. We're talking about the wormhole, some other big incidents there. The 9 incidents cost about 1.3 billion. So that's the reality here. So to take a closer look at what are those categories, for instance, the cross-chain bridge, it's about the private key exploits. It's about a vulnerability verification designs, and it's also about a malicious transaction and signatures. Government attack, we're talking about control voting power, private key exploits, and so on and so forth. And the smart contracts is very common and carries a large volume, and this we see more varieties related to this this kind of exploits that includes like a lack of validation, reentrancies, and flow of logic errors. So how do we? But surprisingly, I think is that out of the 10,000 top projects that's in this space right now, only less than 30% of the projects gets audited, and the other 70 they just go by their own. So they kind of created this problem for themselves. That's the importance, and that's why the auditing is becoming more and more popular in this space. It's not only for the purpose of removing the exploits from this space, but also it kind of uses as a confidence booster. So this presents a problem for us. Obviously, the auditing service has been a very hard sought after commodity to this point. And a lot of projects are complaining about, they're having tough time to find the right auditors, or they're paying too much for the auditors, or the time lag, the time needed to wait for the audit, it takes so long. And it is very true. So obviously for us, if we wanted to make the auditing a standard for this industry, we wanted to somewhat to help all the projects to address this problem. And also the projects are facing, ever increased spending problems. They wanted to reduce the cost of the auditing, and they're trying to figure out how to do this. So, so I'm bringing a good topic here to talk about it, which is how the AI or the ChatGPT can help us in this space. We're talking about AI-based auditing. This story came as one of our clients, Z Casino. They came to us for an audit request, and they actually did use ChatGPT before we started the audit, and to conduct a pre-audit. And they told us, this is the case. And we thought, oh, this is a perfect opportunity for us to have a study of how the ChatGPT or how the AI-based auditing can help us, right? Because we are in this auditing business. So how effective is it? I'm gonna review some of the facts and some of the studies we did. Obviously, this is an eye chart. It's hard to read, but basically, to summarize it, so our customer, Z Casino, they did this pre-audit. Surprisingly, it came with some results. For instance, it gives the reentrancy attack findings. It also finds the transfer failures, finds the VRF fee calculations. Okay, so we re-verify after we took this result, and after we were reviewing, during the review of our auditing work, we take a look at whether those ChatGPT findings are true or not. So if you look at the CertiK comments, it's pretty interesting that out of the 4 findings from the ChatGPT, 3 are not valid, and 1 of it is true. Okay? Considering the ChatGPT is almost free or is in the beta version, this is actually pretty encouraging result to us. So we went further. We did our own code assessment. And so now we have our own report, and now we're comparing our result versus theirs. Obviously, the conclusion is that ChatGPT identifies some security concerns. However, at the same time, it failed to identify some serious security issues. That includes the project-specific logic vulnerabilities. It's also, the mass calculations or static models. We found that it was not able to identify. So this is the, our result compared to the GPT. As a summary, so basically we went through all the findings, and so our conclusion is that for the common vulnerabilities, such like reentrancy, transfer failures, ChatGPT can identify some, but with a pretty high false positive rate. Our auditor our auditor or human engineering result is more predictable and it's more accurate. From the code optimization point of view, this can, ChatGPT can provide basic optimizations, but it's very basic. For the design-related vulnerabilities, ChatGPT just has no clue about anything. And for the complicated mathematical issues, of course, it doesn't address anything neither. And why is it? So the key takeaway for us is that, 1, ChatGPT is a very good language model developed by OpenAI. It's obviously very revolutionized, but it's designed to engage in natural language conversations with people. Second is that it's not trained for the security-related work, meaning that they are going through all kinds of reports through the web, through all the webs. They can collect any reports and reading into it. However, what it does is that because it's a language interpreter, so it does not take into account of all the, it's not trained by the security-related work. So the limitation of the training kind of limits it from handling the complexity and the lengthy code. Okay, so that's the first takeaway. Second is that it's lacking the hands-on experience in the real-world scenario. Basically, it's hard for them to really interpret different reports, and it's hard for them to understand. In some cases, it's even hard to understand the question the project asks. Okay, so is ChatGPT a suitable tool for us? The answer is definitely no. But the AI technology itself, we have a lot of hope into it. We definitely can realize we see a lot of potential in this code assessment using the AIs. So how can we do this better? We're keep looking at, after this ChatGPT study, we're gonna keep looking at all the AI technologies and working with different partners to try to incorporate their technology into us. And how we can do this is we have done over 3,600 audit works, and we have identified over 60,000 vulnerabilities. We're looking to incorporate these vulnerabilities or the findings into AI modeling to train the AIs. That's the one thing. Second is that the AI-based technology is really great at doing the pre-assessment, meaning that when the projects completing their coding designs, it is perfectly fine for them to run through the AI technology and give them the hint, right? And you can look at all the feedbacks from the AI tools and trying to make some sense out of it. But this is only good for self-assessment. And it still has a very, very long way to being accountable for the result of the AI modeling. The last, but it's not the least, is that the AI tools is great at generating the test cases. This is a very efficient way of creating those test cases before they go through, before they send us the code for final verification. So I hope this presentation can shed some lights on what CertiK does. We're keep trying to, for us, we're keep trying to improve ourselves, and security is definitely a very serious topic, and we wanted to utilize all the tools available in the industry to help us, to help this industry as well. So thank you. That's all my presentation.